So it's been a while since I purchased an MP3 player. And I thought to myself, I wonder what the #1 MP3 player is on Amazon currently. And it's this one, the AiMoonsa. So I picked it up, and this is what we're going to review. This is what's next. Me being a Mac guy, of course, I have some iPods here. We have, I think this is the 2nd or 3rd generation 10 gigabyte. Battery actually still works on it, barely. Here is the iPod Touch, no camera. And before they discontinued it, I ran out and got one of these iPod Shuffles, and it also still works. But I was sitting on the couch watching another YouTube video, and you know, they were talking about the best-selling whatever it was, and I thought, you know, I wonder what are people buying on Amazon these days, or what are they purchasing? And 2,000 people bought this particular unit. So I thought, you know, this is an opportunity for me to kind of see what is the current stuff coming out of China. It's a 64 gigabyte B27 AiMoonsa MP3 music player. It is the black version. It was the least expensive. I believe I got it for $27. Let's not wait any longer, and let's experience what a current MP3 player has to offer. All right, here we go. This is pretty hefty, actually. I'm kind of surprised. USB-C to USB-A. Earphone knockoffs that were Apple's style. Yeah, it looks like it's a micro SD card slot or TF card that you could just plug this in and probably transfer music to the device. We do have a manual. There's some information here related to the functions of the device. It does have a built-in speaker, so that's kind of cool. And Bluetooth. So some Q&A stuff. Oh, going back to the headphones, so you see these headphones here. Here are the actual Apple headphones, and pretty close to being the similar knockoff, but I'm sure the build quality is nowhere near as good. Yeah, it looks almost exactly the same. Kind of funny, but anyways, I wanted to bring that up. Let's look at the device itself. Like I said, it is a little weighty. You know what? I'm gonna see how much this weighs. Let me bring out the scale. I haven't done that in a while. All right, so we have the scale up. It's zeroed out. We're set to ounces right now. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to lay this down. 2.6 ounces. So we have, let's see, our touch controls on the front. We have volume here. Headphone jack. Even some phones today don't have headphone jacks. USB-C connection. There is our TF card slot and our power. It does have that built-in speaker, and it's got an input of 5 volts, 500 milliamps. Let's go ahead and take the backing off, and we're going to pop this card out. I'm sure it's some off-brand, no-name thing. Let's see, what do we got here? Memory card XCGS 64 gigabytes. And I'm going to press and hold the power button, and there we go. Screen is a little washed out. Trying to see if we can get that to work. There we are. It sets to English. I go ahead and press the center button, and there we go. We got music, and we have ebook, a folder. We have an alarm. There's your settings, Bluetooth, and apps. So let's look at apps real quick. So it looks like we have pictures, recorder, FM, last play. So there is a test file. So let's see if we can get that to work. The speaker is very, very tinty. But again, it works. But overall, not too bad. All right, that's our initial look. Let's play around with this. So now if we wanted to try the record function, there we go. We have the record. It says start recording. Let's try it. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop, and let's play.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop.
Okay, yeah. It's a basic recorder. We got our Bluetooth speaker from Aldi's. So let's see if I can get this to pair. So let's go back to our menu. And I believe it was setting. Oh, nope, it was Bluetooth. And we're going to turn it on. Available devices. There it is.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Turn on the music. All songs. Bluetooth speaker test successful. Alright, I have a Bose speaker here. It's connected up through the headphone jack. I've turned off the Bluetooth speaker. Let's see what this sounds like.
I'm walking in the sun and around and around. I can feel love and
That actually sounds pretty good. Now, of course, this speaker is pretty good, but the sound quality that I'm hearing from this device, yeah, I like that. That's nice. Let's go on to another test. Let's get some songs transferred and see how easy it is to do that. We have the MacBook Pro, and there is our MP3 player. What happens if I go and plug this in? Will it see the device? We do have the welcome messages coming on, and it says charge and transfer, charge and play, and then those are the connection options. So I'm going to say charge and transfer, and we do get, do you want to allow this device to connect? I'm going to say yep. Alright, so actually it just took a few moments, but there is our device. And these are all MP3s, but I'm just going to grab the first couple. We're going to copy those, open up that, there's music, and we're going to paste those in, and we still have those test files right there. So what is the speed going to be like? I don't know. It's taking a few moments for it to get going. And there it goes. This is definitely not the fastest transfer. This is taking forever. This is almost like USB 1 speeds. It's getting there. So we're going to do the same transfer, but we're going to use one of the hubs that I have. I mean, it does prompt you, do not remove USB port while transferring files. Very important. Well, if you're wanting to do this quickly, this is probably not the best way to do it. And that's one of the negative downsides with this particular unit, at least when you plug it in. But I guess on the flip side though, you are transferring the music and charging your device at the same time. Let's make certain that it's not the card. Alright, our hub is connected. Our TF card has been added. That came across much faster. Select those same ones, copy them, move over to the TF card, music folder, and paste. And let's see how long it takes to do it this way. Much faster. So transferring music using the TF card through some sort of hub is way faster than transferring it to this device. I went ahead and I did record a couple different audio file formats, and we're going to test those in a second, but one of the things that I wanted to try was the radio that's built in. And it does give a message or an alert that when you, let's see if we could see this. So you have to have the headphones plugged into that because it's your antenna. We're going to plug this in and we're going to turn this on. Okay, and then we can start scanning. Okay, that seems to be working.
How difficult do you think it would be?
There we go. Let's find another station.
Chapter 12. Thine own friend and thy father.
That's a successful test of the radio functionality, and we're going to test to see what formats that it does play. Samples, it's all the same music, and you can see that 1 through 5 we have our wave. So we're going to turn this up first. So that's the wave file. Then we'll go, and this is FLAC. Seems to be playing that just fine. Stop that, move to the next one. Here is .ogg test file. Okay, that one works. Here's our MP3. Okay, last but not least, now it says that it won't do M4A files. Now I say M4P here, that's incorrect. This is an M4A file. Let's see what happens. Now, maybe they made some changes since they had the manual written, but it plays those. So those are the 5 formats that we tested here. That's working, the radio's working. Let's take it back to the studio for my final thoughts. So, what did I like about this MP3 player here? First, the build quality was way better than I expected. Second, the audio recording capabilities and the built-in FM radio are nice additions to the audio playback. What about the audio playback? Sounds fine to me. Run it through stereo. It's good. What about the battery? Well, with what little time I played around with it while I was making the video, the battery didn't drain much at all. So since this morning at 9:30, I've been playing this music player continuously for over 10 hours and have gone through maybe about half the battery charge, and it's still playing. So maybe you'll get 15 to 20 hours of playback, which isn't bad for this inexpensive small device. What didn't I like? The capacitive touch controls. They're easy to use, but they can be very sensitive, and while holding it like this, you could skip tracks easily by accident, so you want to be careful with that. The ebooks and view picture functions are, in my opinion, useless. You know, the screen is small, it's a little washed out, the quality's just okay. And for transferring music, doing so via the MP3 player plugged into a computer is way too slow, like USB 1.1 speeds or 1.0 speeds. So it's best to use the included TF card reader to do any music and file transfers. In short, I see why this is Amazon's best-selling MP3 player. For the money and the quality, I think you'd be fine with this device. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thanks for watching. If you liked today's content, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And to stay current on future episodes, be sure to click that subscribe and bell notification icons. Feel free to watch one of my other videos either here or here. And until next time, I'll see you again for another episode of Hey, What's Next?